Hello, welcome back to Kedrick Farms. We have been busy since last video. Farm Manager is just keeping us going, so I wanted to check in on the web side of things and take a look at our current state of finances. There's been a couple of changes going on the FSN site. Things like the stock market is now moved into the metagame, and just a few other little changes, like the Easter event is going on right now. You can collect bunnies, which gives you these little baskets, and turn them in for things. I have already turned in and gotten my cattywampus case, my 3 super chests. I need to get some more eggs, get my 5 prize boxes, and then I'm gonna start collecting for the 1,000 egg collectible, because I don't know what it does, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome because everything has been awesome. But before we go and click on some rabbits here and look at some other things, I want to go ahead and just take a quick look at our finances. We have a little bit of stocks. We're still doing horrible. John Deere has not been doing good for me, although we're back up. We were down to negative couple thousand a few days ago. And we still got some lizard stock left, which is also doing abysmal. So stock market was a failure. However, the global market and the metagame in general has done me very, very well. And so we've only got 34K in the my meta account right now. But that's because I just moved a whole bunch of it over into my web account, so I can use that either to buy equipment through the new dealerships, which we'll take a look at here shortly, or I can transfer it in game, which I just did. I moved 100,000 of my web stuff to in game because I'd spent the little, what did I have, 25K in game after I became farm manager. Or 75K. I had 75K in game that when I became farm manager. We've used that for leasing equipment, buying seed, fertilizer, things like that to keep our fields going. So we were running low in game, so I moved 100K from the website into the game so that we could keep going. But what we have going on today is a few things. So I've got a lot of website work to do here. I'm going to jump into this dealerships just launched in the last couple of days here, and now you can buy equipment of the different brands from these different dealers. And so I've been browsing through some of the new equipment, and I noticed that you can buy a DB60 through the dealership online for a lot less than this costs in game. In-game, I can't remember. I want to say this costs like $260,000. So you're getting a lot better deal buying it from a dealership. And the same equipment I noticed costs different at different dealerships. So in this case, KC Farm Equipment is giving some good deals on some equipment. So I really want to get a DB60 because we're planting corn for silage right now, and we're double cropping that two times a year. And so I'm using a normal planter quite a bit in this DB60 that I leased one of these for this current season, which we're going to go start harvesting here in a little over an hour. And it worked really, really well. So I think we're going to buy one rather than leasing it, because I spent about 20K in leasing fees running this across my field, and contracted out with one of the neighbors to run it across his 2 fields as well. And if I'm spending $20,000 per harvest and I'm double cropping every year, that adds up really quick. So we might as well buy the equipment. But I don't quite have enough to buy it. So I could, and you'll see, or I was going to say I could pull some more out of Meta. I can't. I pulled all the money out of the Meta account that I could earlier today to get to this 163. I've been doing a lot of trading on the global market. We've been doing really good on the global market. And you can see here where I transferred my 100,000 to my in-game account as well. And so we're going to keep playing the global market. We've got a lot of warehouses now, so this 34,000 that I have in the global market is going to be more than enough for me to make some more in the global market. So with that said, and that quick look at our finances, let's go ahead and open these crates that we won. I've got 2 of these cattywampus crates, which look like they're very random. So I got 15 golden bales, and other people got 5 golden bales. And if I go look at the Discord channel here, give me a second. I'm going to pull my Discord window down onto this other monitor real quick. You can see that because I opened the cattywampus, it's telling everybody I got 15 golden bales, and then I gave 5 golden bales to these other people. So that's kind of cool, actually. So we're going to open one more of these, and I got 75K, and I gave 40K to 5 other people. That's a lot of money. That's actually enough money to go buy our planner now. So I'm super excited about that. We're going to go ahead and jump in here, and we're going to open our 3 super chests as well. So our first super chest, we got 15 grand, kind of the low end for a super chest. Our second one, we got 50 shares of Frantic Squirrel Industries. That's kind of funny. I have to go look at that in a minute. Got another 15K. So not quite as epic here, but that's $30,000 that we didn't have. And it gives me enough to go in here and try out the dealership. And so I really want this planter. And so server 22 is my home server. You see, it's the only server that I have land on, I believe, is what causes this drop down to appear. And so I'm going to go ahead and purchase this. I don't want GPS on the planner. Any other changes I need to make, now the DB60 doesn't have a lot of options, but any other options that I would want to change on this, I would do at the workshop or the store on the map. You can only buy the base equipment plus determining whether or not you want GPS. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase this DB60. You have purchased a dealership item. It will be, I assume this is supposed to say it will be delivered, etc., etc. We're going to take a quick screenshot of this for in case something wonky happens. All right, so I'm not sure what's up with the message here. It is a brand new piece of functionality, so we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the other thing that I wanted to show off today, which is the invoicing system. Now, I'm not one to do an in-depth tutorial on this system. If you are looking for a tutorial on how to use the invoice system, I recommend that you head over to Ruby Juice's channel, and I'll put a link in the description to the video on invoicing that he just did a couple of days ago. I actually went and watched that video so that I could figure out how to use the invoice system and come in here and do it, just to make sure I was doing things right and I wasn't missing anything. So do head over to his channel if you're looking for a tutorial. For me, we've got some bills to pay. We hired CK Farming to do some work on one of our fields, or on our only field, I should say. He spent a couple hours spreading slurry on my field. And so you can see in here, he sent me an invoice, and he had an hourly rate. We agreed to $2,500 an hour. He spent a couple hours spreading slurry, and so he's sending me a bill. And so you can see he sent this to me yesterday. So I need to go ahead and get this paid. We don't want to make him wait for a long time to get paid. And so I've authorized it, and now I need to go in and actually release the money. So I've got $5,000 here that I need to send out, and done. So the money's been withdrawn from my account now, and CK's been paid, which is awesome because he did a great job. The other thing that we need to do is we need to send a bill ourselves. And so you can see down here earlier, I'm not sure if I did this on camera or not, but we went and did some work for one of the neighbors, and he made a deal with one of our other neighbors to borrow his equipment to do the deal. So I went and got some equipment from one neighbor, did some work for another neighbor, and billed. And this is going to be a pass through, so I need to make sure I send this back over to our other neighbor to get him paid. But I bought fertilizer, I bought seed, and I went and planted one of his fields. So I can show all those costs. I can show how many bags of seed I bought, how many bags of dry fertilizer I bought for the planter, and I can really break it out so that everybody knows what's going on here. And so the invoice system is really helpful to not just say, hey, you owe me, $30,000. It's, hey, you owe me for seed. You owe me for the hours that I worked. You owe me for the equipment that we used, things like that. And so we actually need to send an invoice to one of our neighbors. And so we're going to jump in here, and all of our grass bales that we harvested off of our field, I sold to our neighbor so he could feed his cows. And so this is the fun part for me of FSN, is that I don't have cows. So I would normally not really be terribly interested in growing hay. But one of my neighbors who needed hay didn't have the time or the field space, because he was growing other things, to grow hay at the moment. And so we made a deal. He said, hey, you need a winter crop, grow grass. You can mow it right away and then get into spring and still have time to plant a normal crop. And I'll buy all your hay because I really need it for my cows. It's a great deal. And what it does is it gives purpose to what you're doing in the field. Like, yes, I'm trying to make money, but I'm making money based on working with the other people on the map. And then, as part of me growing hay for him, he let me use some equipment. He helped out a bit. It was just a very symbiotic relationship with your neighbors and doing fun things with the other people on the server, to the point where I think we're almost up to, we've got 4 players on our server. I know there's a 5th coming in soon, and we're all working together. I've worked on or talked to every other player that's a farm manager on the server and done something with them over the last week, and it's just been really exciting to have that multiplayer experience. So I'm rambling again. We're trying to make an invoice. So the point of all this is I did some work, I delivered some product, and now I need to get paid, because we're not, we're having fun. I love being neighborly, but at the end of the day, I want to get paid. So we're going to jump in here into the invoice. And what is this for? Hay bales delivered to cows at field 49, or delivered to, not really cows, but to hay. I'm getting too complicated here. Hay bales. Done. We agreed on a price based on what was going on with the global market at the time that I was doing the hay. And so I could have made pretty much about the same on the global market. And we did 2 full enclosures plus an extra 31 bales for 367 bales. At 55, is that right? We did 367 bales at 55 per 1,000 liters. So, where's my calculator? Here it is. I believe a bale is 4,000 liters. So, times 55 times 4. Yeah, that'll be right. So I need to 55 times 4 at 220 per bale. Hay bales. $55 per 1,000 liters. That should be accurate. So we're going to add that line item. And then the other deal that we worked out was that he borrowed my planter that I'd leased. I talked about the fact that we had a DB60 out on the field, And so I leased it and was planting my field, and he needed some of his fields planted, so I let him borrow that. And so my total lease cost, so our fields are about the same size. He has 2 slightly smaller fields. And so my total lease cost was $29,364. And so I'm going to add another custom line item here for half of DB60 lease cost. And this is going to just be, math is hard. It's really late. I've had a long day. Boom. And so we're going to go ahead, and I think that's everything. And so I'll make just short of I make $95,000 for the product that we sold off of that field, which is a really good deal. And so I'm going to go ahead and send this. I'm just checking my notes here, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think that's right. We're just going to double check our math one more time. 68 plus 31 was 367. Yep. All right, we're going to send this invoice and hopefully get paid here. And so you can see here, this invoice is now pending payment with Breakneck Farms. And so the other thing that I really liked about the invoice system is just that now I have a record of what's going on. And so contracts work good when you want to just hire any random person to come in and do some work for you. But a lot of what I've been doing is, a little bit more complicated than there's a tractor in the field, go do the work for me. And so this is where, we make some verbal deals, on Discord or when we're chatting on the server and say, hey, I want to go do this. And then, we agree, and then you just invoice for the work that you're doing. And then there's a record of everything and exactly what was spent. And that detail is there so that everybody feels comfortable before money exchanges hands. So it works really good. And so with that, we've opened our prize boxes. We've bought a DB60, which should be delivered soon, hopefully in the next day, because I'm going to need it tomorrow to plant some more corn. We've invoiced for the work that we've done, so we're going to get paid here in a little bit, which is going to be nice because we'll jump back up to, approximately $160,000. And we paid our bills, which is great because I want to make sure we're being prompt and paying the people that are doing work for us. Especially when they do an awesome job like CK did. And my understanding is CK is pending farm manager on Pineapple Bay as well right now, so he's going to be a new neighbor, which I'm excited for him. I'm hoping he's still willing to do some work for me because he's been helping me out a lot lately. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more invoices in here next time we check in, paying him and others for some of the work that we're doing. And so it's 11 p.m. At midnight. We're going to jump in and do some corn silage. I'm going to try and capture some video and maybe put a little bit of time lapse on the end of this. I need to figure out a better way to do some of those videos. And so we're still working on this. FSN format's a little bit tough. Multiplayer's a little bit tough because I want to protect people's privacy and block out the comments. And so I haven't found a great way to do that yet, but we're going to work on it. And you're going to see a lot more videos coming from me here soon. And yeah, I think that's all we got for right now. So thanks for watching. If you're enjoying this, please go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. That's all for now. Ketter out. the bunnies. We gotta click all the bunnies. My secret, the investments page. You can just go back and forth here pretty quickly. The bunnies show up. I might not post this video. Oh, I redeemed bunnies too quickly. Ooh, Hans is locking us down. Oh, come on. I'm not going that fast. Yeah, he's locking me down. All right. I used to be able to do that as long as I navigated to a different page. You could click a bunny and it'd pop in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to 1,000 if there's this long of a delay now. I wonder how long it is. Is it like one every 30 seconds? Well, that one worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No! Oh. My chances of getting to 1,000 are gone. Anyway, the bunnies are definitely worth it. Get the bunnies. We're going to buy these prize boxes. If we're not going to get to 1,000, we might as well get some prize boxes. What do we get? Where'd they go? They're in my inventory. Anytime you get something, they go to your inventory. Because I could sell these to other players. No. We want them. We want all the boxes. Give it to somebody random. Oh, look. $100,000. We just got $100,000. Oh, I'm excited. We're rich. We got Crush paid us too. We got $260,000. We're super rich. What are we going to do? We got 2 golden bales. $100,000. I've got so many golden bales. I should go buy more prize boxes. Oh, man. If we got that money, hang on, let me go. I bet you in our prize thing, we get a call out. 100,000's got to be worth something now. No, nothing. Oh, well. We're super excited. $100,000. All right. For real. Ketter out.